Welcome to Coolidge, Kansas, and yes, that is Cousin Eddie from the Vacation movies on the wall here behind me. And the reason he is on that wall is because in the movie Vacation, as Chevy Chase is taking his family across the country, they stop in Coolidge, Kansas, and they visit Cousin Eddie and his family. And the film was not actually filmed in Coolidge, but apparently the filmmakers did stop here, and then they filmed it on down the road just a little bit. But you know, a lot of people, when they have watched that movie, they probably thought, well, is Coolidge, Kansas even a real place? But it is a real place. I'm going to show you around. Maybe we'll try to talk to a local and see what we can find out about the history of Coolidge, Kansas.
We have people stopping here all day long during the summer. We're only open on Fridays and Saturdays, but even I have driven by running my errands into Syracuse or Garden City, and I see people stopping to have their photograph taken with the mural that we have on the side of the building. It's surprising how many people are drawn to that movie, you know, watch it many, many times, every year, some of them, and who stop here to buy t-shirts or hats with Cousin Eddie on them. They were filming in Pueblo, is my understanding from Lori, and they had heard about the worm farm here in town, so they stopped here to go see it. So they were here in Coolidge. They made a pit stop here.
With a car and a map of locations, the movie was off and running. Cast and crew set out on an 8-week trip. First stop, Pueblo, Colorado. The Griswolds had come to visit their poor relations, the family of Cousin Eddie, played by Randy Quaid.
Eddie might come from anywhere, maybe another planet.
You know, the staff and the actors, whoever was en route together, but they were on their way to Pueblo, which is where they actually filmed.
Let's see if we can find Cousin Eddie's mailbox, the post office here in Coolidge. I didn't find Cousin Eddie's mailbox, but I found plenty of other stuff checking out Coolidge. Coolidge was originally named Sargent, and it was established on the railroad in the 1880s. It was the first incorporated city in Hamilton County and had a population of around 1,000 people in the 1880s. Ultimately, fires were a problem here, and the town had disputes with the railroad, and it really hurt its population, and the population has dwindled all the way down to 80 today, but there's still a lot of great old historic buildings throughout the town.
She has opened this, Cousin Eddie's, as you can see, kind of a little bit of everything, almost like a flea market store. She has restored and is in the process of restoring the Opera House on the other side of here, and owns the B&B, which has been in the top 5 B&Bs in Kansas, rated this last year.
there was a lot more in Coolidge than I would have ever imagined, and much more than most towns that have an official population of 80. A lot of cool stuff to see. Highly recommend you go there. But this video is not over. I picked up a little book called Trail City, which is about the Wild West part of this area. And Trail City is it was just right down the road at the border of Kansas and Colorado, which we're almost at here in Coolidge. So I'm gonna go down and check that out, and then maybe we'll see where the actual house that Cousin Eddie lived in, where it was, because it's not in Coolidge.
At one time, they used to move cattle through here, was my understanding, and Trail City was booming because there was a railhead here, so they could ship the cattle out, per train. But yes, I understand that there were saloons and brothels, and cowboys after a long drive, I'm sure, are looking for anything, where they can let off a little steam, have a drink, and have a good time.
We're here where Trail City used to be, and allegedly this old structure here behind me is maybe the only thing left of that colorful town where the outlaws would come in the kind of no man's land between Kansas and Colorado. We're literally on the state line right here. There's a Kansas sign right here and a Colorado sign here, so this is literally on the border, and that's where the town was. I found a old map in a book I got in Coolidge that talks about it. So Coolidge was kind of the normal kind of friendly town, and this was where all the rebels and outlaws would come. Not much left, but interesting to at least stop and check it out. A little bit of part of Coolidge's history. Kind of an anticlimactic ending to the video, but we have found Cousin Eddie's house. It's like Eddie hasn't mowed the yard in a little while, but there are a few cars here. I don't know if people are just parked here or what the story is.
You're looking really hip. This is the old homestead, huh? Yeah. I don't know for how long, though. Meg's been after me like flies on a rib roast.
Just days after I was visiting here, a really well-known YouTuber named Adam the Woo was here, and this is his video, and he actually went in to introduce himself and got run out of the place by the people who were living there in Cousin Eddie's old house. So you can watch his video to see more.
All right, that did not go well at all. That might have been maybe the worst experience I've ever had.
So we don't want to end on a sour note, so let's go back to Coolidge. I asked Barbara what it was like living in the small town of Coolidge.
I can't imagine living in a city that the chaos and stuff would not suit me, and it doesn't suit certain people in life. But you can look around. It's farm country, and it is beautiful to the eye right now. We've had a lot of rain here. Coolidge is quiet. Everybody knows everybody. If you want to be the kind of person that lives in a community where you share, help each other, I mean, they're always raising money for everything here and stuff, so they use the old school, and they cook and they do whatever it takes and everything to, keep everything going here in town, and everybody pitches in. So if that's the kind of community you want to be a part of, Coolidge is kind of a nice place. It is a very lovely place to stay. The people that stay in the bed and breakfast here, she has an upper level where the bed is, and there's a great big window up there, and they can look out and look. She mows everything, keeps it all clean and mowed all the time, and they talk about how pretty it is here and quiet.